the sun was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she would change it all if her hair was still red. The folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like her mama's homemade dress, Papa's bankbook wasn't big enough. Well, I was standing on the side of the road, the rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues, getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. Helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. Well, we drove that car as far as it could, abandoned it out west. Split up on a dockside night, both agreeing it was best. Well, she turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I drifted down to the great North Wood, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I lucky was to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the time I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face, and the spotlight so clear. And later on, when the crowd went down, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair. She said, "Tell me, don't I know your name?" Well, I muttered something underneath my breath, and she studied the lines on my face. Must admit, I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the lace. But my shoe tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like the silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. An elder one when words rang true, and it glowed like burning coals, pouring up of every page like it was written in my soul. From me to you, tangled up in blue. Well, I lived with them on Montague Street, a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night, and revolution was in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. Well, she had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And when finally the bottom fell out, well, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. Well, now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All the people that we used to know are an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started, don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always didn't see the same, we just studied from a different point of view, tangled up in blue.